There was a time, not so very long ago, when nearly every grandmother was also a healer. She kept no medical degree on the wall, but she carried something just as valuable, a deep and practical knowledge of the healing plants that grew in her garden and along the lanes, passed down to her by her own mother and grandmother before her. A scraped knee, a sleepless night, a sore throat, an upset stomach, she had a gentle green remedy for each one. And then, in a single generation or two, so much of that precious knowledge simply slipped away. Today, I am going to help you remember it, walking you through 8 healing plants your grandmother almost certainly knew and loved. Now let me speak honestly with you from the start, the way a good friend would. These are the gentle remedies of the home, wonderful for life's small aches and troubles, and many carry genuine wisdom and even modern science behind them. But they are companions to good medical care, never a replacement for it, and not a cure for serious illness. Your grandmother knew when to reach for the garden and when to call for the doctor, and that balance is the real wisdom here. So with a warm cup of tea and an open heart, let me share 8 beloved healing plants from the old garden. Some of these may stir a memory in you, the scent of a grandmother's kitchen, a remedy pressed into your hands as a child, and that is part of their gift too. We begin with aloe vera, the plant your grandmother very likely kept growing right on the kitchen windowsill, ready for the moment someone reached too close to a hot pan or stayed too long in the summer sun. For thousands of years, going all the way back to ancient Egypt, the cool, clear gel inside those thick, spiky leaves has been used to soothe burns, scrapes, and irritated skin. Snap off a leaf, squeeze out the gentle gel, and smooth it on a sore skin, and you understand at once why grandmothers everywhere treasured it. Easy to grow and endlessly useful, aloe is perhaps the most beloved windowsill healer of them all, and one of the simplest to keep alive. It asks for so little, just a sunny spot and the occasional drink of water, that it seems to thrive on neglect, which is exactly why it sat faithfully on so many kitchen sills for so many years. The second plant is chamomile, those small, cheerful, daisy-like flowers that your grandmother brewed into a warm cup whenever sleep would not come or nerves were frayed. For countless generations, chamomile tea has been the gentle bedtime drink of half the world, and for good reason, because it contains soothing compounds that calm the mind and ease the body toward rest. A warm cup an hour before bed, with the steam rising and the day finally set down, is one of the oldest and kindest comforts there is. It was also used to settle an upset stomach and soothe fussy little ones. Few remedies are as gentle, as pleasant, or as deeply grandmotherly as a cup of chamomile. There is a reason it became the comfort of choice across so much of the world, the kind of remedy that soothes not just the body but the worried heart along with it. Third, we have peppermint, the bright, refreshing herb that grew in a sprawling patch in so many old gardens, always there when a stomach was unsettled after a heavy meal. Your grandmother knew that a cup of peppermint tea could ease that tight, bloated feeling, because the menthol within it gently relaxes the digestive tract. She may have offered it for headaches too, or simply enjoyed its clean, reviving scent on a tired afternoon. Easy to grow to the point of being unstoppable, peppermint gave generously and asked for almost nothing in return. A handful of fresh leaves steeped in hot water remains one of the most reliable and comforting home remedies a garden can offer. So vigorous is it that a single plant will happily supply a whole family for years, springing back no matter how much you cut from it. The fourth plant is calendula, the cheerful golden orange flower also known as pot marigold, which your grandmother grew not only for its bright beauty, but for its remarkable gift to the skin. For centuries, the petals of the calendula were infused into oils and salves and used to soothe minor cuts, scrapes, chapped hands, and irritated skin. It is gentle enough for nearly everyone, which is exactly why it found a home in so many old gardens and medicine cabinets. A simple calendula salve, made in the kitchen and kept in a little tin, was a trusted remedy for the small wounds of daily life. To this day, it remains a cornerstone of natural skincare, just as your grandmother knew. You will still find calendula in many of the gentlest, most trusted skin balms sold today, a quiet testament to how right the old gardeners were about this cheerful little flower. Number 5 is lavender, that fragrant purple flower whose calming scent your grandmother understood long before anyone spoke of aromatherapy. She may have tucked dried lavender into the linen drawers, slipped a little sachet beneath a pillow for restful sleep, or brewed the flowers into a soothing tea to ease a frayed and worried mind. Simply breathing in its soft, sweet aroma has been used for generations to calm tension and lift the spirits. Lavender was the very picture of gentle comfort, a fragrance of peace itself, woven through the everyday life of the home. To grow a little lavender is to keep one of grandmother's most soothing remedies always close at hand. And it is a hardy, generous plant, often living for many years with little care, perfuming the garden and the home season after season. The sixth plant is one your grandmother could find growing right in the lawn, the humble plantain, and no, not the banana, but the low, broad-leafed weed with ribbed veins that springs up in every yard and along every path. For generations, it was called nature's bandage, and with good reason. Your grandmother would crush a clean leaf and press it onto a bee sting, a scrape, or a bug bite to soothe the irritation almost at once. It is one of the most common plants in the world and one of the most quietly useful, hiding in plain sight beneath our feet. That she knew to reach for a weed most people now spray and destroy shows just how much wisdom we have let slip away. The next time you spot it underfoot, you might pause and see it not as a nuisance, but as the trusted old friend it once was. Number 7 is elderberry, the dark, glistening little berries of the elder bush that your grandmother gathered every year and simmered into thick, dark syrups against the coming cold season. For centuries, across Europe and beyond, elderberry syrup, sweetened with honey, was the trusted remedy spooned out at the first sign of sniffles, and modern study has taken real interest in its support for the body during colds and flu. But she knew the crucial secret too, that the raw berries, leaves, and stems are toxic and must always be properly cooked. Prepared the right way, into a syrup simmered on the stove, elderberry was one of the most treasured winter remedies in the whole grandmotherly tradition. Many families had their own closely guarded recipe, passed down through the years, each one a little different, and each one a small inheritance of care. And finally, the 8th, ginger, the warming root your grandmother kept on hand for any stomach gone sour or queasy. Whether for the upset of a long journey, a touch of illness, or simply too rich a meal, she knew that a few slices of fresh ginger steeped in hot water, perhaps with a little honey and lemon, would settle things beautifully. And modern science has firmly confirmed her wisdom, showing that ginger genuinely eases nausea, sometimes within the hour. Warming, soothing, and reliable, ginger was a cornerstone of the old home remedy chest. It is old knowledge that has stood the test of time and science alike. Exactly the kind of trustworthy comfort our grandmothers passed down with such quiet confidence. She did not need a study to tell her it worked. She had watched it work, on herself and on those she loved, for a lifetime. Now let me speak gently to those of you who find yourselves missing that older wisdom, perhaps caring for your own family and wishing you had the simple, trusted know-how that your grandmother seemed to carry so easily. I see you, and I want you to know that it is not too late to learn it, and that you can begin with a single plant. A pot of aloe on the sill, a patch of mint by the door, a jar of chamomile in the cupboard. These are the start of carrying that gentle tradition forward into your own home. You do not need to learn it all at once, any more than your grandmother did. She gathered her knowledge slowly, one plant and one season at a time, and so can you. And there is something profoundly comforting in caring for those you love the way generations did before you, with warmth, with patience, and with the simple green gifts of the garden. To pass that knowledge on to your own children is to keep your grandmother's wisdom alive. Imagine your own grandchildren one day, years from now, reaching for the very same gentle remedies because you took the time to show them the long green thread of that knowledge unbroken once more. But honesty and care require that I say this very plainly. These healing plants are wonderful for the small, everyday troubles of life, but they are not a replacement for proper medical care and never a reason to delay seeing a doctor when something is truly wrong. Your grandmother knew the difference between a scrape she could soothe with a leaf and an illness that needed real help, and so must we. Some of these plants can also interact with medications or conditions, and a few, like elderberry, require proper preparation to be safe. So when in doubt, check with your doctor or pharmacist. The truest wisdom of the old healers was knowing how to use every gift, the green ones and the modern ones alike. So the next time you brew a cup of tea, tend a plant on your windowsill, or pass a humble weed growing in the yard. Think of the grandmothers who came before, who knew these plants as friends and reached for them with such easy confidence. That knowledge was never truly lost, only set down and forgotten in a single hurried generation, waiting quietly to be picked back up. It lives still, in every pot of mint and jar of honey and patch of calendula, ready to serve you exactly as it served the women who came before. Plant 1. Learn it well, brew it with love, and stay with me, because the gentle healing wisdom of our grandmothers is a treasure well worth carrying forward. They left us more than recipes and remedies. They left us a whole way of caring for one another, patient and unhurried and rooted in the living world. And that may be the greatest inheritance of all.